Hello there. I just wanted to put together a short video detailing out how I solved for an issue I ran into while playing Diablo 2 private server Project Diablo 2, which is quite popular right now. I'm having a lot of fun with that. One thing that was taking away from my enjoyment was an issue that I ran into. Now, I will open the game and show you what the issue is. What we have here, you might see some screen flickering, and that's because of this issue. But really, it's not so much the screen flickering that is causing me issues, because that's not visible when you're actually in front of the computer. That's only on OBS. But this two mouse thing. You see, I've got a mouse cursor here, and if I click anything, nothing happens. But if I move this over here, you'll see an in-game mouse cursor, which is flickering quite badly. Again, because of OBS and the Glide 3D wrapper. It's using two different APIs. And OBS doesn't seem to like that. But if I click single player and I load into a game, you'll see that there's this other mouse cursor in the top left, and that's really distracting and unplayable. So what I decided to do was to try and fix that. So I spent quite a lot of time trying to research the situation and played with a number of settings in. The screen's going to go black here when I open this. Sorry about that. It's just the UAC asking if I want to approve this thing or not. As it requires admin rights to open. This, at least the way I have it configured, it requires admin rights. That said, so this is a configuration tool for Glide 3D Wrapper, which allows games that were built to leverage 3D FX Glide. A company that was absorbed into NVIDIA, and their APIs, there is no longer supported in most modern games without some kind of, other third-party utility like this one. But it allows you to configure a lot of things in the game, like set it into window mode, or if you're in window mode, let the mouse stay within the window or go outside the window. That way, if your mouse is flying all over the place in a windowed game, you don't accidentally click outside of it and possibly die, or any number of bad things that could happen when you're not able to influence the game anymore. But additionally, as you can see, like in the renderer setting, there's texture memory and buffer texture size, which you can increase or decrease depending on the quality of your computer and video card, and a number of other settings which allow you to increase the quality and/or texture filtering and other stuff in game, along with the extensions that are supported and a lot of you pass through to Direct 3D from 3D that your video card then can speed up for you. But one issue I ran into here was, again, that dual mouse cursor when using 3D Glide. You'll see that as I go to the shortcut here, I have this dash 3D at the end of my target, which means when I launch the game, please use 3D Glide wrapper instead of Direct Draw or Direct 3D, which the game really wasn't designed well for. It looks poor, it performs poor. You should use Glide 3D if you want to get the most performance. Okay, so, got it. We want to use it, but how do we fix this? In my case, this was causing the issue. RTSS, Rivet Tuner Statistics Server, which comes bundled with MSI Afterburner. If you open Afterburner, this also opens in the background. And it's a program that allows you to configure different applications and control your overlay and what have you. So it's a really cool utility, but unfortunately, having it running while you're also using this Glide 3D wrapper causes issues. So if you were to close that and then open the game, you'll see no more flickering, no two mouse. And it looks much better. All's well and great. Now, one thing I will call out here is in single player, there's actually an FPS limit. You'll see the FPS here is going down. It'll probably go down to 25. There it is. So in single player, there is a max FPS cap in the game of 25 frames per second. But when you're playing on Battle.net or on a private server, I'm not going to open this up or else you'd see my user ID, but you'd see that this FPS can go to 100 based on how I have Glide 3D wrapper configured, which is pretty cool that you can have a quite old game that really didn't support these refresh rates, or maybe it did at the time on a CRT monitor, but you know, allows you to do this here and still take advantage of the acceleration and better performance. Because I'm getting, you know, 100 frames per second here on Glide 3D Wrapper, or, you know, 700 frames per second if I uncap it and set, you know, non VSync. If I turn that off, you would just be at just a ridiculous number of frames per second, which aren't necessary. I'm happy with this configuration. So that said, if you have this issue, give this test a try. And if you have any other issues with this, or have questions about the game, you can. There will be a link in the details below for the Project Diablo website, Diablo 2 website, and for the Discord, where there is a tech support or troubleshooting channels where I'm active in, and you can come and ask questions.